What up, though? It's Coach D. We go walk and talk. Hey, come on, son. I just wanted to tap in with people and have this conversation about why most relationships fail. Because I keep saying ongoing occurrence. I ain't had that many relationship clients. This is actually my fifth, but it's the ongoing occurrence that I keep seeing in relationships with people. You know, what up, Marsh? What up, Rain? Squirt? What up, though? My bad. I'm walking with my kids, so I got to keep one eye on them. So I might not be in the chat as much, but I am gonna drop the link in 1 second. Once I get a little bit down the street. Can y'all hear me? Okay? Drop a one if y'all can hear me. Okay? Yeah. So, uh, we all know the most cliche reason why relationships don't work: lack of communication, lack of effective communication. But it's three of them. I did a video on this a couple months back. But it's 3 points that I want to make. Communication is huge, right? Without communication, you can't expect nothing but confusion. But one of the main things I see is people don't know themselves, right? And not only know themselves, but it's one aspect about yourself that I think people neglect often. Stop right. Why would you get that close to the curb? Don't go that close. Come on. They gonna let us pass. It's our friend. Come on. And that's the fact. The way you are today, you're not gonna be the same way tomorrow. Everyone changes. We all evolve as we get older. Different things are important to us today than they will be tomorrow. If you just think about it for a second. The way you were when you were 20, not the way you are now. In your 30s, 40s, 50s. As you mature, as you get older, you tend to get more responsibilities. Your perception or your outlook at the world changes. And important And why that's important is this: because once you accept that you change, you accept the person that you with. Guess what? They gonna change too. And if you're already aware of that, you can adapt to the changes. And I think oftentimes people forget that, especially when you young. When you're young, you get in a relationship and a person starts off one way. A couple years later, they graduate college. You have kids, and they turn total different person. I know people who were very irresponsible until they had kids. After they had kids, they were they were like nuns, on top of everything. But before the kids, and I seen the opposite too. People were responsible, then they had kids, and then they became unresponsible. So just understand that as you mature, as you grow, you will change. So expect that from anyone you choose to deal with. Double speak. What up, though, brother? I see. Is Kimon Sanders, Commander in the building? What up, Commander? What up, Nine? Shout out to Double Speak. Tamika, what up, sis? I apologize. I can't see the chat. Um. So yeah. So one. Um. Understanding who you are. People get in relationships and they haven't even yet defined who they are, and it's okay. Um. Yeah, balloons. They had a party, baby. That's why they got balloons. I know, but it's not Halloween. He mad because people get balloons in front of their house instead of Halloween stuff. Yeah, it's Halloween, baby. But the important thing is with that is, you go change, you go grow. And people, whoever you with, they go change and grow. Different responsibilities bring different levels of maturity. Some people flourish, some people don't. You got to kind of understand. But people get in relationships without knowing who they are. I don't discourage people. I just tell people if you get in a relationship and you still finding yourself, Make sure your partner understands you need room to grow. You know, that you gonna need time. You know, it may be difficult. You know, but if your partner is at least aware of that, if you're aware of that, you know, vice versa, you're aware that your partner, look, y'all together, huh? Okay. Well, if we see the ice cream truck, you want me to hold your wallet? I'll hold it so you won't drop it. Cause you already lost some money, but I got it. All right, go ahead. I got your wallet. You know, Gary, what up, though? Safi, no, that's Santina. What up, sir? I'm gonna get you a mod stick, Santina. Give me 1 second. I might have to get somebody on the panel with me. Y'all flooding in. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, but so yeah, just understanding with as you get older, as you mature, you're gonna change. The person will change. Just recognize that, you know. And if you're in a relationship with someone who's still looking for themselves, understand that's a process, man. It's gonna be ups and downs, ups and downs. So you either ride with them or you get out of it. But that's what happened, right? So this one right here, I wish I had my computer because I want to show y'all the definition. How did your shoe come off? I want to show y'all the definition, but culture, right? Culture is a big thing. Like, yeah, my wife is Middle Eastern. I'm what they call African American, so our cultures are different. But even more, I I I indulge in a lot of my Native American rituals, if you will. So our cultures are totally different. But this is the thing: people think culture is just associated to race, and it's not, because you can have two black people, two melanated people born in America with different cultures. You know, culture is the what you believe in. Culture is what makes you you. You know how you were raised, what your beliefs are, and culture has a big part on our perception, how we look at life. So you will hear people say, you know, they don't like to date outside their race because the cultures are different. But the reality is the cultures are different inside their own race too. So understanding a person's background is very important, because you don't know what a person has been through to expect how a person goes through similar situations in present time. Understanding you want to go the long way or you want to go around the corner. Yeah, I don't take the ice cream truck out today because it's cold. We can go to Dairy Queen tomorrow, okay? We leave early, but you have to walk. You can't ride your bike to Dairy Queen because we got to cross the main street. Which way you want to go? So my bad, y'all. You know, babies first. This is my life right here. But yeah, culture. So a person's background, person's upbringing. Like I said, you can be from the same race, but your culture's still different. How, especially when it comes to like having kids, all right? Couple clients I have, this is where they didn't, because they was from the same race, they assumed their cultures was the same. No, people upbringings are different. People beliefs on how to raise kids are different. All these should be discussed. These reasons I'm giving you, these things I'm telling you, these should be discussed at the beginning of the relationship. Don't wait months until you invested all the time to start indulging in these questions and then realize this person ain't for me. No, these are beginning questions. These are almost dating questions, right? This is how you know if you got a good foundation to build on in a relationship. The culture. Understand how a person's upbringing is, what they believe in, how they go about things. All this is implicated into the culture. And I'm telling you, it's a major factor. Like, like I said, my wife is Middle Eastern. When we uh, was dating, we talked about having kids. How will we raise our kids? I don't celebrate no major holidays. She does. And so it's a lot of differences, but we already had the discussion. So when that time came, we already had an understanding. So it wasn't a problem. You know, finances. How do you feel about money? That's part of culture. Believe it or not, the way you look at money is a part of your culture. Some people look at money, hey, it come and go. Some people look at money as it's a resource. Money need to make money. I need to save. I need to invest. Everybody don't look at money the same way. So understanding how someone you're planning on spending the rest of your life with looks at money, yeah, that's very important. That's part of culture, right? Come on, we good. And the last one I'm gonna leave y'all with that I'm gonna drop the link and try to read the chat and see if one of my nines will get up here and help me because I can't see the chat. But the last one, expectations, right? This is one of the things in any relationship, any type of relationship, before you decide to solidify or say, hey, we're in a relationship, understand what the person expects from you and understand that the person is capable of meeting the expectations that you have. Because if not, that's going to eventually become a problem. I hear this ain't this ain't funny, but I hear people. I'm not gonna talk about none of my clients, but I'm gonna just talk in general. But I hear people say, "Well, I expected this person to do that," and never told the person about the expectation. Right? Person was totally unaware they had expectations on their head. They didn't know they had a bar to reach in a particular segment of life. They didn't know that because it wasn't expressed. And those expectations involve a lot of things. Like I said, effective communication is the number one reason why relation. Come on, no cars, baby. Mhm. Yeah, there's a stop sign right there. Effective communication is probably the number one reason why relationships don't work. But what aren't you effectively communicating? A lot of the things that we're talking about right now, I don't even think people consider them to even, especially in the dating phase. When you date, yeah, yeah, it's not over there. It's only on one side. It's okay though. Okay, go ahead because we're going a long way. I don't want it to get dark before we make it back home. Boy, they you can't wait for the kids to talk, but when they start talking, you be like, man, be quiet. Just but yeah, so yeah, the expectation, and that's in any relationship, friendship, business, um, even acquaintance, because look, we all have boundaries, we all have triggers. So effectively communicating our expectations involves explaining to people or telling people about our boundaries, about the triggers. Um, because if they're not communicated, then how you expect someone to adhere? How you expect me? I don't. It's some things that we don't tell people. We got three sides. We got our public side, we got our private side, we got our hidden side. So with that hidden side, we usually have boundaries and triggers. So even though we don't want people to see that side, we have to solidify solid boundaries. That way, there's never cross. Hey, hey, how you doing? Yeah, but so those are the things. Let me drop this link real quick. I don't even know who all that sports chat is in. Yeah, I gotta give Tina. Hold on, Doug. Give me 1 second, baby. I can't even see that. I don't know if anybody had any questions in the chat, but I do plan on doing um, a members live, huh? You want something to drink? I am planning on doing a members live about relationships probably next week. I got one to do doing a chocolate tonight, but that's not a members. But after it's recorded, it's gonna be a members live. And also, if you got any questions, I'm putting it on members only after I do the presentation. So make sure you get that $1.99 membership. If you want to go into detail on how to unlock the root chakra, we will start with the root and work our way up to the crown chakra. But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all the stuff. I ain't gonna make it all supernatural. Where you go? Did you drop your? You lucky my ears work 'cause I couldn't see. Hold on. I seen that. Man, why you throw it right there? You throw it right in the dirt, man. Let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your other hand. Yeah, so you can have your hands up. Yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3. You're not getting out. We can't get out right here. We too far from home. No, you're not walking this far. Mm-mm. You okay, mama? Huh? Come on, you want this? Okay, now you just being a big crybaby. All right, and we bet. But yeah. So effective communication is a huge thing. But what are we effectively communicating? If we ain't effectively communicating the right things, then it's asinine. There's no, it's pointless, right? And in relationships, when you talk about spending your life with somebody, spending a an immeasurable amount of time with somebody, make sure it's intentional and you ain't wasting it. I've been in relationships. What do they call them? For the time being, or uh, this is just for the next person, the better person to come. I did that before. Hold on 1 second. Have somebody pop up. Miss Chicago, what up, though? My 33 down, Brian. Hi, are you?
What up, though?
Chilling, man. Walking a little shorty do up. Getting our little cardio
I had them. Hey, little coaches,
in.
be careful on our bicycles.
Yeah, my daughter, she on 10 right now. But yeah, I just wanted to tap in. Recently had some new clients, and I just keep saying the revolving door, same issue. And a lot of it is because people don't know the expectations of the other person. They never effectively communicate what they actually expect from the other person. So when the people don't meet those expectations that they don't even know about, then the person get upset. And then also culture, like you spend time with people you think you know them, but until you ask or to a situation is presented, you don't know how people will, if they will react, if they will respond, how will they go about handling certain situations. You don't know. Come
Say that again. You was going in and out. You got that Timu thing.
on. Hold on, let me make sure my mic is set up. Hold on, Diddy.
But
Mhm.
everywhere, chat, what's going on, chat? Yo, why I can't? Something wrong with my. You know what? Santina, good to
Look,
see you. Scorp, good to see you. Miss Chicago, good evening. Commander, what up, now? Yeah, I'm about to say,
okay,
I'm about to
everything.
select my whole phone.
Blue Lotus, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Ooh, I'm gonna walk into the damn thing. I almost walked into a pole, bro.
Man, be careful, man. You ask for
I'm
somebody to
happy.
come in. Good evening, Blue.
Hey, I just
Good
couldn't see.
evening. Nah, I mean, you know what? It's a lot. Shout out to Goddess D. I think tomorrow she's gonna have a very interesting conversation. If y'all not linked up to her, please go ahead. She's talking about what is unconditional love. That's a very interesting conversation, especially for the lady. A lot of the times there'd be other ladies on her panel, but it's just gonna be interesting because I think everybody know how I feel about unconditional love. That's a necessity. If it ain't there, it ain't no love for me. But everybody's different, right? Even in a relationship, even as you start the relationship, like I believe is a process. You go from like to love to faithfulness, or like however you want to put it. I think it goes in that order because I don't think you can be faithful without loving a person. But every situation is different, right? Because everybody defines love as a different aspect. You know what I mean? Some people may believe there's conditional love. Some people, think that love or like is unconditional as well. It's a very broad topic, but it's an individual decision for each and every one that goes through those stages.
And like with topics like that, even like the concept, um, I think the thing to be missing is people don't take into consideration is levels to everything. Just like school, like when I was using that analogy with math. When you're in first grade, you learn addition, but you get to college, you learn trigonometry, trigonometry and quantitative analysis. So it's levels to everything. So with experience, you raise or lower the level. What is going on? What is going on? No, baby, you're not getting out. You're not getting out. Okay, it's okay. You're not getting out. Come on, baby. You're not getting out. We're too far. We're too far from home.
Sorry, Nabot, I took your job. I didn't see Santina's link, so I put it up there.
But it's levels to everything. So, like, you'll have someone speak on unconditional love who never had a kid, who don't have kids. So their understanding of love is going to be different from someone who has a kid. And then depending, you can have two people with kids, depending on how their relationship went with their kids. And then you have to take into consideration how was their relationship with their parents. So
Hmm.
even like when we say and when we use words like unconditional and incorporating it with love, I mean, it's almost from a logical standpoint you have to look at because we're talking about the concept, not someone's feeling, right?
Hmm.
So when you say unconditional love, there's places where you will have unconditional love for different things, and some things you won't. You know, Um, things that have conditions is impossible to have unconditional love on. You know, like even in relationships, like even me and my wife, right? It was conditions met for us to even be together. So saying there's unconditional love, it depends on how you defining love also. Because say if those conditions weren't met and we split up, unconditional
Hmm.
love, I can still love her and not be with her.
Right. I agree with that. I think
You
for
know,
me, go ahead. No, I was
I'm
just
just
saying, like,
asking one.
oh, I was just
Oh,
saying
go
for
ahead, go ahead.
me. No, I didn't know. I didn't know you speaking to me to the kids. My apologies. But unconditional love for me is something that I would do and I'm not really expecting anything in return, right? Like I could love Coach D, right? Let me give you an example. I could love Coach D as a brother, right? Am I expecting anything in return? Not necessarily. I just want him to know that there could be love from a male's perspective, and it ain't what the way the world receives it, or they perceive it. You know what I mean? So I could love anybody in that perception, right? I could love you without thinking anything is going to come in return. So that's what unconditional love is for me. I don't know if everybody else can see it in that aspect, but for me, I know I can do it because I've done it time and time again. And if it makes me look weak, if it makes me look soft, I really don't care. But at the end of the day, that is my decision to show love to somebody, even if they don't show it back. Like even on, for example, on this app, right? I'm pretty sure that there's probably some people that block me, and I still show them love, even if they don't want it. Why? Because I'm just that type of character. They may call me weird, they may call me soft, they may call me whatever they want, but if I'm keeping my word, and that's the only thing that matters to me, is keeping my word to myself. I can't look crazy to nobody. I don't care if I look crazy to everybody else. I gotta live with myself. So if I'm going to show you love, I can't put a condition on it. The only way I can walk away from it, if I do decide to put a condition on it, it's no longer love for me. I respect you. I may like you, but it's not love anymore. Because now I put a condition on it. Because now I'm thinking that something is supposed to come back to me, or my expectation is a return. When it's unconditional love for me, I'm not expecting it to come back to me. If it does, it's a blessing. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter to me.
Thanks for that. And like I said, that I just feel that aspect is not considered when having these conversations. Like everyone is not ill. We ain't the same. We all cut from different cloth. You capable of things I'm not capable of. So I just think keeping that in mind, having these conversations, people will benefit more because, like you said, if I'm saying there's no such thing as unconditional love, and you can show me, that means that's a level that I can now reach. I can strive to reach your level. You know, like I was saying last night, I think that whole competition thing. No, Mama, you can't have my phone. I should have bought your tablet. I'm sorry. I love you. You want my hat? Okay. You want the hat? Okay. You can have the hat. You wanna put it on back. But yeah, it's just I just like having certain conversations now. I enjoy, I always enjoy building with you. But go ahead, you okay? But I noticed that um that I totally understand like you capable of things that I'm not. I'm capable of things you're not. It ain't no you think you better because you say you can do it, and like that stuff right there, bro. I think that's a whole different conversation. But no, you're right. You know, unconditional love. I just feel like when it comes to that, is individual, how individual feel. Some people can love without conditions. Some people can only love if they have the perfect condition. That's just everybody different.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, for me, like I said, it's just different, right? I seen people put that into motion, or put it may not have been the love aspect, but it's the consideration of it, right? Like before you became the full-time coach, the other guy was out there, putting that effort and trying to show, hey, yo, my efforts, is there's no condition on my efforts. You understand? Now, the way that you received it back, you turned it into a condition. Nah, I can't do this anymore. I feel like I'm lessening myself. There go for the transformation into Coach D. So you had that aspect of it, but once you felt that the return was coming back to you void, it made you transform it to, well, not, let me not say it like that. It allowed you to say, you know what? I'm a let him rest, and I'm gonna let Coach D come out and play, because it's a different persona now. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I had mad love for my entire community, my community, chat, subscribers, those people. It's not that you have any less love for them. It's just the fact that now you making it your point to go ahead and give the message the way you want, how you want, without, not to say consider other people's feelings. It's just that, it's a different demeanor now. While you was worried about everybody else, now you worried about those that need the message. So now it's a little bit more, I want to say, personal for you, but if that's the word, if I'm using the word incorrectly, I apologize. But it's more personal for you now, because now it's like, all right, I tried to reach everybody. Now I'm going for the people that really wants to hear what I have to say and understand what I have to say. It's a difference. It doesn't mean that you don't have love for the people. It just means you going about it in another route. If I'm saying it incorrectly, I apologize. But that's just the persona that I'm seeing.
Or originally, you can consider I came on without conditions, and now I have conditions. It's more my
Right.
intent. I don't really take it personally. Um, I guess I did. I did take it personal, and to prevent that from happening again, I just put my business cap on. If people want the
Mm,
information, then they come get it. If they don't, then they don't. But I wanted people to have it because I knew certain things was beneficial. You know, it was just beneficial, and I opened myself up. People can ask anything. You know, now it's like I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna offer that, and if you want this, then compensate me for it. You
mm,
know, I just in life, and I always said this to myself. People appreciate things they pay for.
mm. Yeah, that is
But
a look. That's a condition in itself. But shout
yeah,
out to Riders. Good evening,
shout out,
Sky
right?
Sweezy. What up, though? Didi. Hi, Didi. Nate. What up, though?
What
Y'all
up,
know my
Nate?
guy. Y'all know he can't see. He walking and talking. So I'm helping him out in the chat. But yeah, that's understandable though. That's what I used that example for a reason, right? Because you went into a situation like, yo, I'm willing to give it my all, right? But once it's not reciprocated back to you, it's like, yeah, it's feel like a jab, right? It's like, oh, I got stuck with a dang. So now you like, hey, it's time for me to change up. I must guard myself now, because what I did before wasn't reciprocated, and that's all that I'm saying. I don't know if we lost him, y'all. I don't think so. He's still walking and talking though.
No, baby girl just having a temper tantrum. What up, Ryder? She mad because we came across the street. She's tired. It's her bedtime.
Hmm.
That's Sleazy, what up?
Yeah, so I was just using that as an example. Like if you portray that into a relationship, everything has to develop, right? It has to develop into an understanding, and that's a binding agreement between the two people. However, y'all develop. One side's going to agree with the other, and vice versa. It makes y'all become one unit in that aspect. For me, that's what a marriage is based off of anyway. Whether you do it legally or not, you're married into a situation because you become combined into one. That's just me. You know what I mean? So I always have a different outlook on things like that because I know when you get into it's just like a partnership. If you take 50% and I take 50%, we must combine to be one in order for it to be successful. We will have disagreements. We will have a difference of opinions from time to time as far as where you want to take it, where we want to take it. But in order for it to be successful, we must work together in order for that success to occur. It's the same thing to me.
But see, even that, right? You got to be willing to. It's the thing too. A lot of relationships don't work because you're with the wrong person and you're forcing stuff. That's why things are intolerable. It's stuff that my wife do that's very annoying, but I would prefer her to annoy me than not have her at all. So those things are tolerable. You got to make sure the person that you with is worth going through shit with. I'm just being real. That's the rawest I can say it. Because if that person, if you don't value that person like that, it'd be small things that will break the relationship up. You know, that's why I said it's important to understand people change. You know, just like you go change, people go change. But ultimately, you gotta make sure that you with a person where y'all matching each other's vibe, y'all matching each other's frequency. Like y'all both understand that look, life is about ups and downs, and I'm willing to go through that with you no matter what. No matter how long we down or how long we up, we together. And if you ain't get that person, to me, it's not worth it. I wasted so much time with people who I knew they wasn't the right person. They was kind of like a filler, you know. And once I got tired, then I let them go. Once they got tired of me, they let me go. You know, but people, I don't believe everybody cheats. I've never cheated, but if you meet the right person, you don't even desire to cheat. This is the reason people cheat.
It goes back to what you say, and we always have the same understanding, right? Your desires and preferences, right? It always comes from inside out. If your desire come from inside out, it gives you more of a patience level that a lot of people don't see when it's reversed, when they look from the outside in of their preferences and desires. So when you understand that, you know that it's going to change. Because when we looking outward, we just see the physical. A lot of us forget that physicalness is going to change. But inside, from the inside out, we understand that it's going to change. So once we understand that, we can work on it. Like, okay, he's changed. He's changing his attitude about certain things, or she's changing her attitude about certain things. She may not want to go out as we used to 20 years ago. So now we got to spice it up. Okay, let me just throw some candles at the table and we just have candlelight dinner instead of going out for dinner. You know what I mean? Things like that. Let's just do it in that fashion. But when you looking from the outside in, or your desires is from the outside in, that doesn't it makes you look outside of what you have, and then that may give you a perception of doing something that you wouldn't want to do, which is more than likely step out of a relationship for outside reason rather than an internal one. All right. Yeah, so that's just my perception of the thing. And as he's
Oh, can
still
you hear me?
walking the
My
kid.
bad.
I got yeah, you was on mute. Go ahead.
My bad. I was sitting there talking. I'm like, oh, and I looked down. My mic is on mute. But I want y'all to do this too. If you got a significant other, a spouse, name 5 things that you listen to the word adore about them, that you adore, not that you like, but that you adore. And if 3 out of 5 things is something physical, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that because it's because I don't. I don't think people really understand what adoring is. You know what I mean? They might think of it as a likeness of something, but it's a little bit more than like. You know what I mean? Is the elevation of like into the next level. I don't. For me, the next level is loving or something to that effect. To love, right? That's the that adoring is close to love. For me, adoring is closer to love than it is to like, because there's an elevation of a thing. Because for me, I can adore your intelligence. I can adore all of these things. That's what's gonna after the attraction. That's what's gonna make me love you more than what I did when I first spoke to you, or when I first saw you. It went from a physical thing to now it's more inside of you than it's outside of you. The outside is a plus. For me, then you would be a total package. But once it elevates it to that level, it's a different atmosphere. So if your goods outweigh the bad as far as your relationship, especially if it's your desires within, then if if your desires and preferences is outside, then yeah, I agree with that.
Adore is like almost an expression of love. It's a way. That's just a depiction of love. How deep you or admiration, deep admiration of love. So it's just an expression. Get off my table. Okay, I get the bananas, but get off my table. It don't matter. It's just a sticker. He's like, I want the blue one, the red. But yeah, I'll take this off so you have some hands. Your hands get disappearing. Oh, uh, there you go, mama. There you go. But yeah, adore is just a expression of love. But yeah, it's 3 out of 5 things. It's physical, you're in trouble. All those things will go fade on that person, but you go see it on another person. And guess what? You go adore it on them. What you adore about a person is going to prevent you from seeing it in other people. You already got it. You already got it. But
Yeah,
King,
that, I ain't
King
good.
Melvin, what up, though, bro? I hope everything good with you, man. I just wanted to tap in real quick. I'm going on a walk with the kids. Bro, I don't know what it's like. I walk my 2 mile path and I keep coming under just under 2 miles.
You gotta
I
do the
don't know what's
mile
going
there
on.
and the mile back.
Well,
You
that's
gotta
what
do the
it is.
mile there and a mile back. Yeah, I'm
That's
just
why I
saying.
don't
I don't know how.
understand. There got to be something with my watch. I don't know. It's been doing it the last 3 walks. I was like, am I start? No, but I started as soon as I leave out the house. So I don't know. I just gotta figure that out. They cheating me out my miles.
That's crazy. That's
Like the
crazy.
great is in the building. My sister Ryder's in the building. But yeah, yeah. I just wanted to tap in and get you all those that little sauce about relationship. But culture is a huge one. Understanding that people go change just as well as you're gonna change is another huge one. People don't take these things into consideration. And setting down expectations, lay them down, man. If you expect to be with somebody for the rest of your life, why aren't you talking about what you like and what you don't like? That's all an expectation is, what you require a person to do. I mean, now if you don't lay those expectations down, and then later on you want something from a person and they ain't willing to give it to you, it's kind of your fault. You know, you expect people
Hmm.
to, oh, well, they just supposed to do this. I know you don't know that. You don't know if that's how, and that's what understanding the culture. Because maybe in this person culture, your stomach hurt, you got boo boo. Huh? Right where? Right here? Right here? Drink some water. Yeah, that's your kidney. Drink some water. But yeah, because you expect like you have some races of people who they grow up where like in my wife race, the women are more they're more in servitude to the men. They act more in servitude to men. So it's odd to me because I come from an old school where we open doors for women. And have a woman open my door like that's a number, but that's what
Yeah,
she was used to. So it's just the expectation. Not you got to sit down and talk. And then a person, you know, they have the option to, okay, I can learn to grow into this, or this ain't for me, and vice versa for you. There may be
mm,
things required that stop. It may be things required that you're unaware of. Stop.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's understandable. It's understandable. This is like you said. It's the sit down conversations, but it's from like I said earlier, I think it's the preferences, right? Even if you don't, everybody's not going to hit a home run getting all of their desires or preferences met, right? You're going to miss one or two or three. But if you have 7 out of 10, that should be something to strive for. If you got 8 out of 10, you should strive to go ahead and make that relationship work. It's not about 50-50 in your preferences, right? You should have a little bit more, and if that other person, if you meet theirs like in the same number, then y'all gonna work together. Y'all can figure out the last 3 out of 10, both of y'all together. Because ever other than that, there's nothing else to really work on. Even in a relationship, you strive for the perfect relationship. Even if you get close as 9 out of 10 or something like that, you strive for it. You may not hit it all the time, but even once in a while, you think you got all of them. So it's just the striving for that perfection in a relationship. Is what keeps you going. Some people think that's a job, and it probably is for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, when you have the majority of it met, 9 times out of 10, that relationship will be successful.
And even when you stated the preferences, that was like the first point I made too. Like people don't know themselves. So what's important to them today won't be important tomorrow. So the preferences people have that's important to them when they're young, it ain't when they old. Most young people go for the outside things. I want a tall man. I want a man to make a lot of money, and then they get that and they see what it come with, and then they understand. Well, I want somebody who will treat me with respect, who gonna love me, who will be effective. Then their preferences change. So just even knowing yourself, I never discourage someone to get into a relationship before they know themselves. But I will encourage people to understand that you are a process and you will change. And you just understand that when you get in a relationship, and hopefully your partner understand that too. Like changes will occur. Okay,
I
D, leave
agree.
her alone, bro.
I agree with that 100%, because if you don't know yourself, how is somebody going to know you? Right? If you going through a situation, right? If you've been hurt before and you ain't take care of that hurt, how is somebody supposed to know what you're hurting from? All of these things have to happen first. You got to have a better relationship with yourself, and only when you have that relationship with yourself at a top tier level, only somebody coming in can add to it. They can't do nothing more but to add to your relationship, right? So with that being said, we must work on ourselves first. We're nowhere near perfect. Each and every one of us, we're not. But if we work on ourselves to love ourselves, then we can allow somebody to come in and add to us and not really subtract from us from low self esteem or just to settle because we don't want to be alone or things of that nature. We could be met where we are because we love ourselves that much, in my opinion.
And I always tell people, don't look for other people to make you happy. That ain't gonna happen. The only thing they can do, like you said, is add to what you already have. Um, and if they can, or if you do rely on the person to make you happy, eventually either they gonna go or it ain't gonna be good enough. So happiness should come from within, and people can add to it, but they can't create it for you. So let me get off of this thing, but get these kids get ready for bed. So I appreciate everybody who came through and rocked out. Um, I'll be back on later on tonight. We're gonna have that talk about unlocking the chakras. But you
Akuma
want to
Matata.
leave? You want to leave them with anything?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, y'all, if y'all want to have a successful relationship, one, you got to work on yourself. Two, once you love yourself, you can only have somebody add to it. But I believe all of your preferences should be within you from inside out and not outside in. With that, I'm done. I'm good.
All right, you have a good one, bro. All right, people. Just remember the 3 points I made. Know yourself and accept that you gonna change. And if you can accept that for yourself, it'll be easier to accept that for other people, especially your spouse. The person you plan on spending the rest of your life with. Number two, understand that person's culture. Culture is bigger than just race. Don't assume because y'all same race that y'all got the same culture. Even it's differences within cultures. Different um, factions of cultures go about things differently. So understand the person's culture and then have those talks about expectations. And if I can add one, what is the person's goal in life? Understand a person's admirations, what they inspire to do, because sometimes what you feel like your life goal is and what somebody else's life goal is, they can either complement one another or they can be competing with one another. Um, so I gave you both things. Understand the person's goal, and these things should be talked about before you even decide to build a relationship. You can almost say these are foundational pieces of a relationship. Understanding these aspects about people, because moving forward, when you do have certain experiences or adversity, you kind of already know how to navigate with your spouse. Yes, but that's all I got. Roxanne, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. But I will be back later tonight to talk about the root chakra and we unlock those. But until then, I'm out.